Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, dear friends. In today's video mainly we will talk about European Individual Chess Championship, which ended days ago. So here we see the final standings. Aleksandar Indjic scored 9 points. Daniel Darda 8.5 points, and here we see many players scored 8 points out of 11. So, and Frederick Svanet took the bronze medal. So congrats to the winners, and also I should say that first 20 places qualified to a World Cup for 2025. Very big congrats them as well. Yes, I think this is a huge success for Aleksandar, winning the championship. And also I should mention about Daniel Darda. Last year in Serbia he took 3rd place, and next year he took silver medal. Yes, it's really amazing. I don't remember many players winning medals in a row. And of course Frederick Svanet, whom I played in Spanish team championship. Yes, we see that among the players who qualified, there are Bogdan Daniel, Ivan Cheparinov, Maxim Chigaev, Daniel Yufa, Robert Hovhannisyan, Alexander Motilyov, Pioron Kasper, Bartel Mateusz, Konstantin Lubulescu, Ivic Velimir, Rauf Mamedov, Vladimir Fedoseev, Alexander Donchenko, Emre Can, Nikita Vityugov, Rasmus Svane, Vladislav Kovalev. And you see like how many players scored 7.5. So let's go and check what happened, how Aleksandar Indjic won the championship. Let's go through some of his games, or maybe even checking all of them. Let's order this one, and here we are. So first round he faced Vagman Roy with the black pieces as bishop d3, bishop c5, knight b3, bishop a7, queen e2, with the idea is to go bishop e3. No need to criticize. Knight e7, knight c6, knight c6, bishop e3, d6. Yes, c4 ideas are there. Short castle, knight f6, c4. Short castle, knight c3, e5. Yes, takes queen e3, bishop e6, rook ac1, queen b8, rook fd1. Yes, so far white is playing more than decent chess. Knight d5. And for some reason Engine doesn't like jumping. It's a decent move, but some moves like h3, bishop e2, bishop f1. So knight d5, knight d7, and now f4. So it's better to play some bishop e2, h3, knight d2. So f4 Engine doesn't. No, it's fine. He takes f, queen takes f4, knight e5. Yes, black is already fine. Bishop b1 and a5, a4, and again white is being better. Rook c8, rook c3, king h8, 92, 97, h3, rook f8. Yes, not much is really happening. Attacking the pawn, and 95, he takes d, bishop d7, bishop c8 would have been better, and now rook b3. Rook b3, and you don't have rook b7 because of c5 or what? Let's save here, c5 wins, and let's save here, a4 is hanging, you go knight f3. You know, not easy. So b3, bishop c8. Yes, to bring the rook to e7. White is so far fine. Queen f2. Yes, slightly better position for black. Knight is jumping to d4. Bishop d7, queen g3, queen c8, king h1, d4. Yes, queen h4, rook f7, knight f3. Knight f3. Takes, queen d8. Takes, king h2, rook f1, g5, and b4. Otherwise, position is very unpleasant. G takes, rook takes f4, rook takes, g takes, and this endgame is lost. h5, king f3, not even king f6. Yes, takes, and this endgame is completely lost because of pawn structure and simply going h3, and yes, nice game. Let's continue checking. Second game with the white pieces against Nicolas Sedlak, who dropped his rating a lot. Yes, I think they played. It doesn't make much sense, despite even being close friends, to make a draw. Yes, this is known. h6, bishop f4, bishop d6, and queen c1. Something. Yes, bishop d6, e3, we know queen c1. I didn't know this, and let's say, yes, maybe the idea is short castle g4. Knight c6, takes, e3. Yes, doesn't make much sense going queen c1, because I don't think you really want to have your queen on c1. Okay, short castle, and we see c5, queen e7, bishop b5, bishop d7. Yes, short castle. Yes, a6, a5, rook fb8, knight b4, bishop e2. Aleksandar decided to take, queen takes d7, a3, knight c6, b4, a6, queen b2, knight e4, rook fd1, takes, b5. And here, after c takes b, Aleksandar offered a draw. Usually he doesn't, but here he decided to offer a draw, and Nicolas Sedlak agreed. Yes, another round, third round with the black pieces. He's facing 24-42 rated player from Turkey, if I'm not mistaken, and Aleksandar goes for Najdorf, rook g1, very trendy line nowadays, threatening g4, h5, and here, yes, bishop c4 is one option, h3, and bishop e3, h3. Yes, here I think h5 move. Anish in his course recommends e5, knight b3, h5. So b5, g4, g6, e5, knight b3, bishop e6. Yes, here of course g4 doesn't make much sense. Bishop e3 or queen f3, queen f3, d5, he takes knight d5, bishop c4, knight c3 probably, what's the idea? Yes, d5, he takes knight d5, h4, knight bd7, h4 stopping g4 of course. Yes, maybe bishop d2 makes some sense to stop all knight bd7, rook c8, knight bd7 short castle, rook c8, and here white, yes, knight d5, of course, king b1, and typical exchange sacrifice on c3, queen c7, black is already better. c4, bishop e7, bishop c4 was not, bishop takes rook g e1, bishop g5, bishop e6 back, black is already much better, g3, trying to open up, queen c6 attacking the pawn, takes, and black is already winning simply. And a5, with knight a5 there is some queen a6, rook d3, a4, rook c3, queen b5, bishop f1, queen b4, a3, queen a3, queen a7 to stop this g6, takes, knight e4, knight f2, and rook is trapped because rook b7, knight c3, knight a4. Yeah, something definitely went wrong for white player, and Aleksandar had another very nice win. So round 4 Aleksandar has 2.5 points out of 3, playing against Nicolosi Kacharaba, young player, decent player from Georgia. Let's see what happened here. Yes, this is known, d5. Kacharaba aware of theory, and he's a very good player. Yes, d5, c takes d, knight takes, bishop d2, and here rook b8. Bishop b4 is the strongest move, rook b8, and first inaccuracy, takes, and queen d1, f6, queen b6, queen g4, white is already much better, bishop a6, long castle, and another torture for black, queen b5, queen g3, white is winning already. Yeah, somehow he got winning position against such a decent player much easier than you. Yes, rook d7, inaccuracy, a4. But yes, as you can see, still Nicolosi is fighting. Queen b6 would have been stronger, but not this. This is lost. For some reason, this position is completely lost. Oh, here some rook d6, and I guess some tactical ideas are there, but not this, because this is just slightly better. f4, bishop b4, rook d4, bishop here. Yes, for some reason they repeat it, and now e5. Yes, f takes c, f5, takes g3, g5, king c3, rook e4, because this for some reason doesn't work. You go rook d6, rook e5, rook a6, and this is winning. Yes, you start pushing h-pawn as well, or you start taking the pawns. Yes, nice win. Somehow it was easier than usually it happens. Okay, 3.5 points out of 4. Very nice result, of course. Here in database we are having problems with the let's see. Yes, and fifth round with the black piece is another very decent player, very solid, Felix Blochberger. So Felix had 3.5 out of 4. And let's not focus. Yes, maybe the first position we can e4 and e5. Wow, d4. So the point is if he takes d, or like c takes d, you just take knight d4, of course, and he takes d, you push e5. And let's say if I take e takes d, anyway you can take, or maybe e5 is winning already. e5 is winning. Wow. Felix didn't play it, and black got yes, Felix went for very standard idea, a3 b4, rook b1. Yes, a3, of course, knight c6, rook b1, threatening b4, a5, stopping, b3, bishop d2, bishop c8, bishop doesn't do anything there, knight b5, preparing b4, knight d8, knight c7, bishop e6, h3, queen d7, allowing knight g5, takes, b4, a takes, h5, queen b3, king h7. Now engines are okay. Bishop e1, rook d1, bishop e1, h4, and now black is already better. Rook a1, king g7, king h2. Yes, king h2 is not good. Takes, b takes c, h takes g, f takes g, bishop e3, black is, and now knight g4, king h1, h takes this, and queen f7. Yes, Felix Blochberger blundered, and game is already over. Queen f1 is coming, rook h3 is threatening, and takes queen f1. Yes, of course, if Felix would play d4, and not even d4, but slowly he outplayed. Maybe Felix was too ambitious. Okay, let's see another game against Maxim Chigaev. Bishop g5, e3 short castle, this b6, well-known line, very solid. Yes, I should say that Maxim Chigaev also had a very good tournament. Bishop e2, bishop d3, bishop d3, bishop b7. Yes, short castle, knight bd7, queen e2, c5, bishop d3, c takes, d takes, bishop takes. Yes, engine likes knight h5, but some other moves are also there. a6 preparing b5, a4 stopping it, knight h5, bishop b4 is also decent, rook c1. And here I don't like this. Yes, rook e8 stopping d5, all possible d5 ideas, knight e5. Yes, takes, bishop takes, rook takes, knight e5, or rook c1, black is fine. So let's see where, yes, I think practically it's probably easier to play with the white pieces. So engine just recommends ignoring queen e4, and after queen e4 going g6. But of course Maxim was afraid of queen e4, that's why this a5. Yes, it's fine the way Maxim played. Takes, queen d7, bishop f4, queen a4 was there. He was maybe slightly afraid. Bishop c8 takes queen d2, now maybe some bishop h6, but I don't think. h5, yes, engine doesn't like this h5. Just bishop d5, queen c7, h5, this is already slightly unpleasant. Queen d6, knight d5, bishop g5. Yes, this is already unpleasant position, and queen c7, takes this, and knight a8. This doesn't look nice, of course. Taking the pawn, threatening b3. Still probably it's possible to hold. King e8, bishop d5. Bishop b5, stopping king e8, and takes just king f2, just king e3. Yes, knight on a8 doesn't have moves. Yes, domination. Yes, takes bishop h5, bishop c6, I assume. And here just... Yes, very nice game, especially this part, starting from here. So he had 3.5 out of 4, and then he won. So now he is 5.5 out of 6. And of course, this was very important game, playing Vladimir Fedosiev with the black pieces. He managed to win. So d5, knight e2. Yes, as you can see, some moves are possible. Bishop d6, rook e8. Yes, rook e8, bishop d2, b6, knight f4. Yes, many moves are possible. Bishop b7, a5, c6, short castle, bishop somewhere to f8 or d6, bishop d6, rook e1, rook c1, rook e1, engine likes rook c1, bishop b7, yes, queen f3, f3, and c5. King h1, d7, bishop takes f4, takes bishop a6, takes, yes, bishop e1 or a3, f5. Yes, engine doesn't like this f5, knight b4, bishop g5, c4, knight is getting d3 square, queen d2 this, rook c2, they repeat it, and for some reason Fedosiev decided to continue the game. So he could go rook c2, but I'm not sure Aleksandar would repeat. So b5, bishop f6, g takes f. I thought queen f6, knight d5, queen d4, there is knight c7. So b3, rook b8. Yes, I like this b5. If knight b5, rook comes b8 and rook b2. And now g4, position is completely lost for Fedosiev. Rook b7, rook e7, this, knight c3, b4, bishop f6, b takes c. Yes, and just knight g4, knight f2, knight d1, and rook f8. And queen d2, queen g2. So next game with the white pieces against... so he had 6.5 points out of 7. With the white pieces he was facing Deak Bogdan Daniel. Yes, here c5, bishop b2, and knight c6. d4 or c takes d, d4. Yes, you go short castle, bishop e2 you take, knight takes, of course queen takes d4, rook e8, short castle, bishop e5, queen d2, yes, queen d3, bishop g4, queen d2, bishop e6, bishop f5, rook fd1, and rook c8. Yes, engine suggests some other moves. Knight g4, queen b8, this, and rook c1, queen a5. Yes, here white had something. f4, bishop c3, f4, bishop 4 maybe. So knight d5, and game simply ended in a draw. Rook c8. Of course you should take it with the bishop. Takes f4, and king f8. Game ended in a draw. So he had 7 points out of 8, and round 9 with the black pieces against Ivan Chaparinov, and he goes he plays very sharp line. Yes, here many moves are possible. Short castle c3, knight c3 is one of them. Yes, I guess if knight g6, h4, h5, d4 is coming, d6 is decent, short castle, and yes, bishop d7, he went h6. I'm not aware of this h6 move. Knight d5, d3. Yes, of course, if d4 then b5 is coming, h3, you know, when opponent plays h6, prepares g5, and you go d4, b5, bishop b3, knight d4 takes. Yes, d4 is the best, so rook e1, g5, and now black is already fine. Knight d5, bishop d7, d4, b5, okay, d3, black is already better. Knight d5, and takes b5. If you take d takes c, b takes a, this knight d7, a4, g4, knight d2, rook b8, b4 would have been better, takes. Yeah, just knight f1, knight d4, d4, takes knight d4, and not short castle for some reason. He was afraid of going short castle, he played this. Knight g3, knight g6, rook a7, bishop e5, f4, g takes queen f3, rook e4. Yes, rook e4 and f4. Yes, rook e4 was not good. So this, black is already much better. Takes, knight e4, f6, h3, bishop c8, queen f4, queen. Yes, you have even rook c7, queen f6, queen d7, again you can take, queen g3, knight g6, queen f3, f5, knight g5 check. I guess c1 is hanging, that's why queen f1 takes, rook b7. Position is simply lost for, and they repeat it, rook e8. Yeah, it's not the strongest move. Bishop d7, rook b8, threatening rook a8, rook a7 would have been better, bishop d2, king f6. It's lost. Maybe white has some small chances. Knight e5, c4, and here Ivan Chaparinov resigned. Evaluation is only plus 2.5, but so the next game with the white pieces against Daniel Yufa, who also had very good tournament. So d4, knight f6, c4, e3, c5. Wesley plays this c5, knight e2, and here I think Wesley played a few times, and against Fabi also. d5, a3, bishop a5, d takes c, d takes c, bishop d2, and here yes, b6, short castle, b6 takes, queen, yes, this, bishop b7, bishop b7, knight c6, knight bd7, bishop b7, knight c2, knight d7. Yes, here maybe just making rook a d1 or rook fd1, knight d4. So knight takes c4, bishop takes, knight d4 takes, and here black does not have much problems. Bishop d3, g6, rook f c1, rook f d8, bishop f1, rook a8, g3, rook d2, h4, h5, bishop c4, and game ended in a draw. So he had 8.5 points out of 10, and last round game, unfortunately we don't have in last tweak. So he faced with the black pieces against Daniel Darda, and of course Darda tried to push, but couldn't really get anything, and game ended in a draw. So overall impression is, as always, he played very sharp openings, lines with the white, with the black pieces, especially with the black pieces, allowing some chances. Yes, he definitely deserved. I don't, for now, I don't remember, I don't recall any game where he was in serious trouble. It was probably complicated or double-edged, and he was outplaying his opponents. Yes, it's very interesting that in 2023 Alexei Saranavon, who is also presenting Serbia, and in 2024 Aleksandar Indjic from Serbia. I remember one period many players would win European individual from Russia. For example, Potkin, Motilyov, Tomaszewski, and if I'm not mistaken, even maybe, yes, Yakovenko. Yes. Yes, very interesting. Of course, we should say that for Vladislav Kovalev, big success, qualifying World Cup. Videogov, of course, I think more or less he deserved. Of course, for Emre Can, with his rating, he increased about 17 points. Fedosev qualified, Mamedov, Ivic, Lupulescu, Bartel, Bjorn, Motilyov, Robert Hovhannisyan had a very good tournament. Maxim Chigaev, Ufa. I just want to show you that, for example, Ivan Saric did not. Muradli scored 7, and Bakro, Aram Hakopian, Santos, Vocaturo, Kazakovsky, Navarra did not. Zafarli, Vetoshko, Durar, Bailey, Toivo, Ozenir, I think I played him. Samonenkov, Iskandarov, Varmerdam, Blochberger, Gazik, Petrov, Belubaum, Gorstein. Van Forest did not manage. Manuel Petrosian, Eric Gasparian, Kolars, Sargisian, Grandelius, Yugirov, Lagarde, Neverov, Souley, Manli, Pierre, Baradze, Sochko, Jobava, Parligras, Lashkin, Ivanchuk did not manage, Redke, Maximovic, Erdogmush, Yilmaz, Rosen, Ohania, yes, Pichot, for example. Many higher rated players did not manage to qualify. Rothstein, Teodoro, Gabriel Sargisian, yes, Simamikon Garibian, Perer. Yes, congrats to the winners and to the all players who qualified. Who did not manage to qualify this year, I think they will have opportunity next year. And yes, I skipped this European individual championship. Of course, I regret a little bit, but not much, because previously I played a lot, and it's a very difficult tournament, and even scoring 7.5 points is not enough, but scoring 8 points is not guaranteed. Yes, thank you very much, and please let me know, do you want me to check and analyze games of other players? Thank you and bye bye.